Welcome Black class, this is demo 805. We're staying with chapter 6 in your textbook Stylelines. And this particular example, we're going to talk about doing a panel, princess panel on your side seam with a bust dart. So the first thing that we're going to do, just like all the others, is we're using our front bodice block with our single waist dart, and we're going to trace off our sloper. And in this particular technique, you're going to need to use your slash and spread method. So we're going to trace off the side seam, the armhole, the shoulder, the neckline, the center front, and your dart legs. And before we cut anything out, what we want to note is where we want our style line to go. And we're going to be transferring that style line off of the apex. So remember the rule from our previous example. We can never have anything go into the armhole notch. It always has to be above the armhole notch, at least 1.5 inches above. So you want to mark on your sloper where you want your style line to go. And then regarding your dart, we're going to find from your second dart leg, so the dart leg that is closest to the side seam, we want to back off 1 inch. So I'm going to use my graph ruler and mark 1 inch away from what the true apex is. So we're backing off 1 inch from that original dart leg. Now, just like our previous example, I also want to mark ease. So if I were to have a parallel line that bisected the center front and my apex, I'm going to go mark 2 inches above and 2 inches below on that dart leg as to where I need to remember that ease around that bust area. These are going to be to help the sewer with regards to blending the ease. Now, before I go and create, my 2 side panel pieces, I want to take my scissors and we're going to slash on my first dart leg. And I'm going to slash on my new dart leg that I've drafted, and you want to cut to just 1/8 of an inch from the original apex. Don't cut through it, you'll have to tape it back together. Now I'm going to use this opportunity to close my dart. Get a piece of tape, tape it down, closed. Now what you've basically created, remember this notch, so that notch is going to help you there. You've now created the 2 separate panel pieces. Now, this front panel piece has a dart in it, which is what's going to create this. You want to keep that dart in this panel piece. But this piece is going to have an unusual point we're going to need to blend. So using that our blending tool, our French curve or our other curve tool, we're going to want to extend out from that original piece 1/8 of an inch so we can blend a nice smooth line between those 2-inch ease marks. Then we separate these out into 2 separate pattern pieces. Make sure you're going to transfer the grain line from the center front. If you want this panel piece to be biased, you'll have to connect your perpendicular line and bisect this panel. This is cut on the fold. And then you'll do your normal seam allowance rules. And that is how you'll create the side panel. Now, as far as If you wanted a side panel to continue to the back, we would take our back bodice, and where the back and the side seam align, basically you're going to shave off that 2 inches from your side panel here. So this would connect here and here, and then you would create 2 inches off of the side back, and it would attach to this side panel piece here. So then you'd have less from the back and more on this side panel piece on the front. Again, this is in your textbook, page 128 and 129. The Princess Style Line variation with the armhole side panel bust dart.